And Toby needs a bath. Stay one step ahead of Stinky.
If your house is beginning to settle, don't settle for anything less than Ramjack Foundation Repair. Ramjack's American-made products are ISO certified and recognized by the International Code Council. Don't do it twice. Do it right. Rely on Ramjack.
Live from Augusta, you're watching News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Good evening. It is a blitz across the Palmetto State right now. The final push ahead of the Republican primary as candidates sprint to the finish line.
In a primary, you make your choice. We have to make our choice.
We want a leader who's going to put America first.
Despite the polls showing Trump's lead over Haley, she is determined to stay in this race. For days now, she's been campaigning all across South Carolina with a stop in North Augusta today.
Donald Trump also sending his own spokesperson who may end up as his running mate to Aiken County today. Despite this, Haley is trekking on. Our Hallie Turner has the highlights from her visit.
The Palmetto State is home for Nikki Haley. Just days before the primary, the message she hit home to North Augusta voters is she's led before, she will lead again, and she's not backing down.
We started with 14 people in this race. I defeated a dozen of the fellas. I just have one more fella I've got to catch up to.
She says the way she will do that is by turning around America the same way she did South Carolina from 2011 to 2017 when she was governor.
We announced jobs in every county in the state. We paid down our debts. We cut taxes. We built up our coffers. We passed pension reform. We passed tort reform.
She started it all with illegal immigration.
We passed the toughest illegal immigration law in the country here in South Carolina. We need to take what we did in South Carolina and go national with it. We need a national E-Verify program that requires every business to prove that the people they hire are in this country legally.
And then she moved to term limits.
Are we relying on two candidates in their 80s to be the ones that save us? Do you think it's finally time we had term limits in Washington, D.C.?
As we move closer to the primary election day this Saturday, she left voters with one final message.
And I will make you this promise, like I did the 2 times when I was your governor. If you will join me in this movement, I promise you, I will spend every day trying to prove to you that you made a good decision.
In North Augusta, Hallie Turner on your side.
Former Republican presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy is campaigning for former President Trump now. Just last night during a Fox News town hall event in Greenville, Trump confirmed Vivek Ramaswamy and South Carolina Senator Tim Scott are in the running to be his running mate. Here's a little of what Vivek had to say while campaigning in Aiken County for Trump.
You all have not a decision to make, because that decision, I know you've made it, but a signal to send to the bipartisan establishment that we want a leader who's going to put America first.
Former President Donald Trump will be in Rock Hill this Friday, and Donald Trump Jr. will be in Charleston Friday as well.
Much more news ahead after a quick check of the weather and a live look there at Walton Way as we check in with First Alert Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale. 10 minutes.
All right, thanks, Riley. Our I-team keeps digging into the incident at the Webster Detention Center that so far has landed 6 law enforcement officers behind bars.
None of them work for the Richmond County Sheriff's Office anymore. 1 had already retired, but 5 were fired after their arrest. It's another blow to an understaffed agency, but also to the people the deputies are supposed to protect and serve. The I-team's Meredith Anderson has been crunching the numbers that could affect your safety.
For months now, we've been collecting data from the Richmond County Sheriff's Office about how many deputies and jailers are hired and fired every month. It's only February, and we've already seen 6 people fired in 2024, a records clerk last month and 5 deputies this month. Not the best start, but one that certainly seems in line with the database the I-team has been building.
After inmates flooded the jail, 6 Richmond County deputies landed in hot water. All 6 booked into the same jail where they're accused of various charges, all linked to this incident. The leaked video giving us a window into what happened that day. But new numbers also point to something else concerning: a deputy drought. The I-team found the Richmond County Sheriff's Office is losing more people than it's hiring. Let's start with 2023. The sheriff fired 36 people. and 5 resigned in lieu of termination. 105 resigned, 11 retired. An agency already in need of deputies ended the year with a loss of 68. In 2022, the numbers were better, but the sheriff's office didn't grow like it needed to. It ended the year with a net change of 0, meaning they had the same numbers they started with, even after firing 17 people and letting 2 resign in lieu of termination. 88 people resigned. In 2021, 19 were fired, 23 retired, and 143 resigned. Even with 97 new hires, they finished the year down 91 positions. You have to go all the way back to 2020 to see a positive number. RCSO ended that year with 13 more employees than it started the year with, even after firing 13 and with 95 resigning. Fast forward now to 2024, where deputy firings are already starting to pile up.
The I-Team has filed open records requests for reports about that jail incident, and we've been denied for conflicting reasons. First, we were told the reports do not exist yet. Now we're told they're part of an open investigation. We have sent emails asking for clarification, but we have not heard back.
Thanks for digging into that, Meredith. A familiar face in Aiken County Schools will take over as school superintendent. After months of searching, the school board recently selected Dr. Corey Murphy to take on that new role. Taylor Martin asked him about his plans for the district.
This level of leadership was a long time coming for Dr. Corey Murphy.
I was actually teaching for 1 year on my way to medical school. And but the needs of having a young family and a teacher salary in 1997, it really made medical school too far out of reach.
After 4 years with the district, he's looking to continue what he started in his current role as chief of operations.
And over the last few years, I've been completing a lot of those construction projects to include Aiken High and its auditorium, as well as North Augusta High School. The final phases of it, we're doing the baseball, softball now, and we'll be adding the auditorium as well real soon.
And he says it all starts with continuing the penny sales tax that's made much of the growth possible.
Long term, we want to focus on recruiting and retention of highly qualified personnel, not only in the classrooms, but principals and bus drivers and mechanics and plumbers. We want the best that Aiken County can offer.
Above all, he says he plans to lend a listening ear to you and your students, and some solutions too.
And sometimes their concerns may not be a broad community-based concern, but it makes it no less valid. And so people want to be heard, and they understand that I, as that leader, have the ability to potentially make an impact on what their concern is.
Dr. Murphy will begin his term as superintendent in July.
Leaders in Columbia County are discussing the possibility of consolidating into a city, sort of like what Augusta, Richmond County, and Athens, Clark County did years ago. But take a look at this map here. This new potential city would include Appling, Martinez, and Evans, possibly more. Leaders wanted to explore what it would look like for property taxes and franchise fees for people living there. Nick Veland takes a closer look.
Since March 2023, Columbia County has been waiting to see what it would look like fiscally going from county to city.
Getting that back, we now know that the potential incorporation and consolidation is at least fiscally feasible.
According to the report, neighbors in Columbia County that aren't in Harlem or Grovetown city limits could end up paying around $20 a year for franchise fees for power. But as a city, they would have upwards of an additional $8 million in revenue to cancel that cost out.
We could reduce property taxes significantly. That would help offset any additional costs that the citizens may have.
Even with the potential change, Scott Johnson says that the government will operate the same.
This is simply something that we could do on paper that would potentially help us financially, help our citizens financially, and continue to let us operate the way that we've always operated.
Mailing addresses can even stay the same, so financially they know it's a go. But there's more to learn about other factors.
But we don't know that it's the right thing to do for the community at this time. Our commissioners are still digesting the report, and we don't have consensus yet as to how we should move forward. But one thing we do want to do is to make sure we get this report out in the hands of our citizens, let them take a look.
In Columbia County, Nick Veland on your side.
And nothing's happening too quickly. Columbia County wants to hold public information sessions, but they have not set those dates yet.
And state lawmakers would have to present this as a bill before people in the county could vote on it in 2025. We'll have the full study for you on our website.
Well, you won't find Shrek in this swamp, but you will find nature's wonders. We're going to explore the closer version of Cypress Gardens in this week's One Tank Trips.
And we are expecting to stay dry tomorrow, but rain does look likely to start off our Friday. We'll have that full forecast coming up.
Time and temp.
You get everything you deserve.
Taking a live look at our Grovetown camera right now. Beautiful evening out there. And a quick reminder, starting at noon tomorrow until next Monday at 6 in the morning, I-20 and Lewiston Road. This exit closed down for the Diverging Diamond Project. So watch out for all those detours. We have a map of that on our website, so check it out.
Oh man, that is definitely going to create a few delays there in Columbia County. So best of luck to everyone that has that in their commute. But luckily the weather does look okay over the next couple of days. We have seen a nice stretch over the last few. It's just front heads our way Friday. Into the weekend, we do bring back generally sunny skies. Temps cool off a little bit, but looking very warm heading into next week.
Looks pretty good there, Riley. Thank you. For nearly a century now, one park outside Charleston has been a popular destination for visitors and even film crews.
Will Volk went to Cypress Gardens for this week's One Tank Trip to see why.
There's no such thing as a bad day at the office when this is your office. Everything about it is beautiful.
Amanda Oliver enjoys everything about this park. It offers plenty of opportunities to see plants and animals and a popular butterfly house and swamp. Movies and TV shows like The Notebook, The Patriot, and Outer Banks have filmed here. Oliver says a lot of people like to paddle through the swamp to recreate scenes.
The boats sell this place, especially when there's no additional fee for it. It's very reasonably priced as far as parks. All the movies were filmed here. The Notebook is probably the favorite. So you have couples wanting to come out and get that Notebook experience.
I paddled through all by myself, which makes navigating a bit of a challenge. Good thing there's no current. You just have to follow the arrows. We probably should address the elephant in the room, or should I say gator.
There are a lot of gators in here. We don't tag them. We don't feed them. We don't do anything with them. We just let nature take its course.
But she says if you leave them alone, you'll be okay, because they just want to be left in peace. If you're looking for a peaceful place, this might be it. At Cypress Gardens, Will Volk, on your side.
And if you're interested in going, they're open 7 days a week. Adults cost $10. Kids and seniors are less.
So quiet out there. That was relaxing just to go on that little ride there. And again, this is the Cypress Gardens in South Carolina. So it's a one-tank trip. A self-guided boat tour, that's also included with that admission that Will was talking about.
But gorgeous scenes in The Notebook and The Patriot.
Had no idea.
Yeah, right there.
Great
Just
spot to shoot a movie. It's time for your watch and win word of the day. Today's word is traffic. We love that word. Insert traffic on the News 1226 app for a chance to win that $70 gas card and be entered to win the grand prize, a 70-inch TV. Once again, the key word is traffic. Just our way to help celebrate our 70th anniversary on the air with you. Some new developments in the federal hate crime trial for the murder of Dime Doe, a transgender woman from Allendale. The latest live from the courtroom in Columbia after a short break.
Video leaked to the I-Team sheds a lot more light on what happened at the jail. At least 6 now former deputies have been arrested in connection to this incident that happened back in May of 2022. But neither Sheriff Richard Roundtree nor the district attorney charged anyone when this first happened. Internal Affairs at the Sheriff's Office said they only learned about this recently, but the I-Team first showed you video of this 6 months ago. We're working to uncover more, but you can watch what we've exposed so far on our WRDW streaming app or on our website.
Hey, Brett, I think we need a jingle.
What'd you have in mind?
I don't know yet.
Well, if you're thinking something, come knock on my door.
Come and knock on my door.
If you're 64.
It's day 2 in the first federal trial over a hate crime based on gender identity. It's over the murder of Dime Doe, a transgender woman in Allendale. Prosecutors say in August of 2019, DeQuay Ritter coaxed Doe into driving into a rural county in South Carolina, and today more witnesses took the stand. One of those being Ritter's girlfriend at the time Doe died. Sydney Hood live for us in Columbia, South Carolina. Sydney, what did you learn in court today?
Well, it was an entire day full of witness testimonies, and again, because this is a federal trial, our cameras are not allowed beyond these doors behind me, but inside, things got off to a bit of a rocky start today. Court actually started about 50 minutes late because the prosecution and the defense had to work some things out with the judge before bringing in the jury, but once things got started today, we heard from a multitude of witnesses from the prosecution side of things. One of those key witnesses, like you said, was Delisha Green. That is the ex-girlfriend of DeQuay Ritter, but at the time of Dime Doe's murder, they were in a relationship, and Delisha mentioned to the jury that she went through DeQuay's phone back in July of 2019 because she, quote, had a gut feeling about Ritter's relationship with someone else. This comes out to be Dime Doe, and she was looking through their text messages with one another. She didn't go into too much detail about what these messages said, but said one of those messages was along the lines of Doe and Ritter getting a room together. Now, whenever the defense questioned her about her contact with Ritter around the time of Dime Doe's murder, Green says that the night of Doe's murder, she did a video chat with Ritter and he could not even look her in the eye. And then after her, we heard from multiple people from Allendale. These are people that were born and raised in Allendale or have since moved away but grew up with Dime Doe and Ritter. And one of these people was Cordell Jenkins. He said he didn't know Ritter, but had mutual friends with him. And he said he was around Ritter the day of the murder and gave some key moments about what happened that day, what he saw Ritter doing, and then mentioned that Green went through Ritter's phone, and cell phones were a key theme today. Some FBI agents walked us through some text messages between Dime Doe and Ritter and mentioned that there were about 749 text messages between Doe and Ritter from July to August, so within a month's time of one another. So there was a lot of things to unpack today. I'm currently trying to spit it all out right now, but we've got plenty more coming tomorrow. We've got more witnesses taking the stand. We're back here in Columbia at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Certainly a lot of details in court today. Sydney Hood live in Columbia for us. Sydney, thanks. We're back after a quick break.
Plus, Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale for your first alert. When your enemy thinks...
Well, we are saying dry and warm tomorrow and into the weekend. Temperatures look to cool off just a little bit, but luckily looking dry for outdoor plans. Still keep an eye on a chance for some rain pushing through early Friday morning, but it does look dry later into the afternoon. Going to be a little bit breezy over the next few days. Southwest wind steady between 10 to 15, maybe gusting a little bit higher at times. Looking nice, though, through the weekend, and then next week, we're back into the 70s.
We are live again at the top of the hour over on 26 News.
And we're back with more News 12 tonight at 11. We'll see you then.
At the CBS Evening News, we focus on solutions, finding solutions to help people understand what are the right choices to make for you and your family.
They are some of the hottest